I love selling lots on eBay of VHS tapes, DVDs, and CDs. Books also, if it makes sense, but they are heavier and bigger. But it definitely, I definitely enjoy these three mediums because it can, you can do really well with them if you put together lots that make sense. So here's three that I sold. Now, these first three were all traded in-store trades. So someone brought me in some good stuff. I gave them either trade credit in the store. So they found some stuff in the store they wanted. So win for them. I got some stuff that I wanted, win for me. And some of this stuff goes on eBay with a lot of it going in the store. And then this here, this CD lot, or DVD, the CD lot was the shelf pulls that I did over this past weekend. It's Monday, so over this past weekend, I pulled some R&B artists and groups because I had enough of them together and made some lots on eBay. And this is the first one that has sold. I listed, I think, 5 or 6, freed up some space on my shelves, and sold one of them already. So that was great. So let me go through them. I'll actually start down here. So this is a shelf pull. So this is basically R&B artist named Joe. You may or may not know this guy. I know him because one of his songs my wife and I used or played when we first started dating. Anyway, so Joe, he's a fairly well-known R&B artist from the mostly 2000s, but I had 4 of his CDs, which is a good amount because he doesn't have a ton of CDs. He doesn't have a 20 record, I don't think anyway, discography. So having 4 is a decent amount. And this was the least I made on any of these lots was this one. I took an offer of $10 plus shipping. I had it listed for $13.99. Again, I had just listed it, so I'm happy that I pulled it off my shelf. I'm selling it for $10 plus shipping and able to make a little bit of money off these that aren't moving in my store. I don't tend to sell too many R&B CDs in the store, but I have a decent size selection of them. So I went through them, pulled out ones that made sense. I had a couple other artists and groups that I had like 3 or 4, but I didn't quite feel like it was enough for it to be worth it. But this person I did, and thankfully sold pretty quickly. Now this one I've mentioned very recently because I just got this in over the weekend as a trade. So today's the 27th of November. I got this in the 24th, so it's been 3 days. Now the day that I got it in, which would be, let's see, 26, 25, this would be Friday. The day that I got it in, I actually listed it, and it sold within a couple of days. So this is all Charlie Brown, Peanuts Charlie Brown, but they all say Charlie Brown on them, VHS tapes. We've got this one, Snoopy's getting married. We've got, this is Christmas time, so that's appropriate. Easter one, There's No Time for Love. These are all clamshells. It was my best birthday ever, Charlie Brown. It's the Pied Piper, Charlie Brown. Again, individually, I don't recommend, you can do what you want, but I don't recommend selling them individually because they're just not going for very good money. But if you get them enough together to make a decent sized lot, you can sell them pretty quickly and get a little money for them. It sold for, what did I sell this for? I don't remember. It's either $14.99 or $10, but regardless, I got these, sold them right away, get them out. So yeah, VHS tapes, guys, I'm telling you, certain individual ones can be worth great money. And then when you get a set or a series or even just the same programming together, especially kids programming, you can do well on these. If you're going to come across a couple boxes of kids VHS tapes, if there's ones that from the same series, if they're all Peanuts, Charlie Brown, if they're all Magic School Bus, if they're all Barney, especially Barney's a really popular one, if they're all Dora the Explorer, whatever it is, if you can get enough together, this is not a huge amount, it's 6 of them, but I priced it competitively and it moved pretty quick. So I would say for VHS tapes, unless it's something that's super popular, you don't need that many together for a lot, I would try to get close to 10 or more together, 8 to 10 at least. So it just depends on what it is, though. Do your research, look it up, and see what they're going for, how fast they're selling, how many in a lot are selling, so that you can get an idea of what people are looking for, what particular tapes, but also how many people are buying. If they're only people are buying 2 or 3 in a lot on eBay, and many of the sales are that low quantity, then you don't need that many. But if they're selling, 10 of them for $14.99, you know that all day, then you know that you need a lot of them. You need maybe 15 or 20 or more to make a decent amount of money and make it worth your effort. And again, you can move these pretty quickly if you price them lower. It just depends on, whether you want to spend your time on that. But I get this stuff in sometimes free or as a trade, and I'm just trying to make my money back, or get into profit, and it makes sense for me to list this kind of stuff. The next one that sold, which is from a donation, actually. Sorry. This was donation. These two were trades. This is a donation on the 10th of this month. Now, this one I wasn't 100% sure would sell quickly, but I had a hunch that it would. So these are all the same types of DVDs. We have Ageless Yoga, AM and PM Yoga, and then this one is not yoga. Let's see. So Ageless Yoga, and this one's workouts for seniors. Yoga workouts for seniors. And this one is Stretch and Strength, Stronger Seniors. So all of these are for people that are, over 55, 60, that kind of thing. At least that's the photos they have. And 2 of them are yoga. One of them is Stretch and Strength, which is, not yoga, but at least it's stretching, strengthening, which is what yoga does. They're not from the same, this is Natural Journeys, this is Stronger Seniors. This one is, I'm not sure, Chair and Standing Routines, but this is from, they're not all like, what do you call it? They're not being produced by the same companies. They're not the same series, but it doesn't matter. They're the same topic or theme. So this one only took a couple of weeks, excuse me, to sell. It's the 27th. I got them on the 10th, so it's technically within 17 days of getting them, they sold. These sold for $14.99 plus shipping, so a nice sale for 3 DVDs. The other reason why I put them together, why I felt that it would do well, is because exercising DVDs for older people or people over, 55, 60, 65, etc. Those can do well if you get a lot together, because it's in demand. There's a lot of people in this country, a lot of baby boomers who are of that age and who are looking for this kind of stuff that still use DVDs, even still use VHS tapes, but especially DVDs, and they want to get a bunch of routines together. They can watch it at home and do it at home. So it makes sense to put, for me, it made sense to put this together, to price it at a decent amount, taking offers, or a lower amount, taking offers. I didn't price it at $20. Thought that was too high, but $15, $14.99, taking offers too. I would have been willing to sell it for a little less, but $14.99 is nice. Now this last one was kids songs. So kids VHS tapes, all from the same series. Wait a minute. Whoops, my mistake. Good thing I'm making this video. I pulled out a different series. I pulled out one of the kid songs VHS tapes, and the other 3 were from a different series that I put back. So good thing I'm making the video. Sometimes you make mistakes, and I caught it. So kid songs is this series. Turns out that these kid songs VHS tapes sell pretty regularly in lots. So look out for these. I haven't come across them too often. This was from a trade-in in the store back in the beginning of this month, on the 1st of November. So these sold for, I took an offer. These sold for $15 plus shipping. So this was a nice sale. Did not take too long to sell. I had it listed for $21.99, but I'm happy to sell it for $15. It's nice little sale. So just adding it to all the eBay lots. And again, this one makes perfect sense because obviously it's all the same series, kids songs, and they're all different tapes. So look out for these. And kids eBay lots. I'm sorry, kids VHS tapes do well as lots on eBay. They do. And parents, when it comes to anything for kids, parents are willing to spend the money. And I'm not sure if kids songs are on DVD. I haven't looked that up, but if that could be a reason why these are popular, that there's not that many on DVD, or maybe they're too expensive, that kind of thing. That often happens with kids programming and a lot of programming that's on VHS tapes. If it doesn't make it onto DVDs or streaming or anything like that, then people are going to buy the VHS tapes. They're still going to have a VCR, and they're going to want to watch this stuff. So do your research, right? Look these up individually. I didn't want to sell them individually. If there was one here that could sell for 20, 30 bucks individually, then I had to make a decision to sell that one by itself for more money, or include it in this lot and increase the price on the lot, which is also another option. It makes it would make this particular lot much more enticing and more valuable for someone to buy quicker and for more money. So keep your eyes open, guys. VHS tapes, you'd think that they might not be worth anything, but you'd be surprised. Now, thrifting kid songs VHS tapes at the thrift store, that it could make sense if you can get them for super cheap. I often see them. I don't think I've ever seen a VHS tape at a thrift store for more than 99 cents or $1. Often I will see them for 3 for $1, one for maybe 79 cents, 75 cents, 50 cents. That's usually the case. So even if these were like 50 cents each, it would still make sense for $2 to sell it for 15 or more. And especially if there was even more of these kid songs, if there were like 8 of them, 10 of them, I would definitely pick them up. But obviously, it usually makes more sense if you get them as a lot, which I often do. Older media formats, they are here to stay. VHS tapes have made a comeback. DVDs are, a lot of people are divesting of their DVD collections, and they've done that for many years now of their CD collections, but people still buy them, so keep that in mind. All right, guys, see you next video. Take care. Bye.